And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday. It's the 11th of February, 2021. It's the birthday of the man who gave us the phonograph, the light bulb, the movie camera, Thomas Alva Edison, born in Milan, Ohio, 1847. It was on this day, 1778, that Voltaire returned to Paris after 28 years of exile. 300 people came to visit him his first day in the city, and one of them was Benjamin Franklin, who brought his grandson with him. When Voltaire rode in his carriage through the streets, his carriage could barely move because the street was packed with crowds of admirers. He died 2 months later. It was on this day, 1990, Nelson Mandela was released from prison outside Cape Town, South Africa, the Victor Verster prison, where he'd been imprisoned for 27 years because of his activities with the African National Congress, resisting the apartheid government. The Congress had observed a philosophy of nonviolence for decades, but some members of the group, including Mandela, had begun advocating violence as the only way to deal with the violent regime. When Mandela was released, he was 71, and South Africans were shocked to see him. They had last seen him in 1964, publicly, when he went away to prison. 5 years before he was released, the president, P.W. Botha, had declared a state of emergency, stricter curfews, stricter punishments, broader powers for the police. Violence was escalating. There were sanctions against South Africa. There were continued demands for Mandela's release. In 1988, Mandela contracted tuberculosis, and Botha was worried that he might die in prison, so he offered Mandela a deal. He could be released in return for publicly condemning the violent resistance, and Mandela refused the deal. He said, "Let Botha renounce violence. Let him say that he will dismantle apartheid." The following year, Botha left office. The new president, F.W. de Klerk, was a right-wing conservative, but he saw that times were changing and that the economy would collapse if he did not bring apartheid to an end. And on February 2nd, 1990, he gave a speech to Parliament that amazed his supporters. He announced that he was lifting the ban on the African National Congress and that he was freeing Nelson Mandela. He left prison, Mandela, just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, February the 11th, under a blue sky, walked through the prison gates, holding hands with his wife Winnie, rode to the Cape Town City Hall, where he addressed a huge gathering, where he announced that the armed struggle against the regime would continue. And Mandela said, "I have fought against white domination, and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve, but if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die." Here's a poem for today by Emily Dickinson, "The Props Assist the House." The props assist the house until the house is built, and then the props withdraw, and adequate, erect, the house support itself and cease to recollect the augur and the carpenter. Just such a retrospect hath the perfected life, a past of plank and nail and slowness, then the scaffolds drop, affirming it a soul. Emily Dickinson's poem, "The Props Assist the House." That's the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, February the 11th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.